Well, I've always loved animation. Drew as a kid, watched the Bob Ross paintings. My folks always got me set up to be able to paint and do artwork. But Disney movies, animated movies, are the ones that really got me inspired and motivated to actually pursue that as a career. I went into the Army to actually get college money and was able to get into CalArts, which is the premier art animation school that Disney built in the 70s, which was an amazing feat. I didn't think I'd get in, but a crazy turn of events actually let me get the last seat available in that class for that year. So I started at Disney and in their consumer products division. I was working very tangential to the animation department. So I got a chance to really interface with a lot of what my passion was, what I love doing. But then they really taught me all the 3D aspects of product development, how to tell stories through product. Storyboarding was always something that I loved to do in the animation process. So being able to kind of translate that into product and that experience that somebody has and seeing and interfacing with a product just kind of really hit home for me. And so that's kind of where I just excelled and kind of took off. The design process is a multifaceted startup. Sometimes it's just us thinking about things that we love and moments of a film or a character that would really marry well to the products that we do. So we'll just kind of start playing with ideas, a lot of pencil to paper, a lot of riffing back and forth with my team. First, we always think about how does the wax dish integrate with this warmer? How's it going to be heated? Is it going to be a bulb warmer? Is it going to be an element warmer? Do we have enough space to use a bulb, to have that volume, that airspace in there to heat up and to throw light? And if not, do we do the element warmer with LEDs? And we started really thinking, how do we, as opposed to just tacking on a wax dish on the back of that form, how do we integrate it into it? How do we make it feel like it's designed to be just that? So there's all these questions that we ask. There's cost factors involved. The complexity adds to a lot of longer development time as well as cost. So all these things get factored in. So that's why we do really dozens and dozens of drawings to kind of narrow that down. So when we started out really putting pencil to paper, we initially gravitated to using a glass jar and seeing how we could still make that work with wax, with throwing fragrance. So this is where we started at first. But one thing that we knew right off the bat was we had a question about whether or not this would be perceived as throwing enough fragrance, if there was enough venting. Also, if it, from a 10-foot test, does it really pass that 10-foot test if they know that that's the rose in the glass from Beauty and the Beast. So we got this really beautiful glass jar here, dome, with a ring of LED lights underneath the wax dish, which is surrounding the element heater here. It's a really elegant piece, but it's very subtle. It's very subtle in its the branding, the character read, even the roses. We have the 3 roses on the relief sculpted on the outside of the glass. But we did this, we also parallel pathed it with another ceramic version. We do this a lot where we anticipate that there may be some kind of a challenge at one point and we don't want to get to a point where it's too late to make a pivot. So we'll do 2 at the same time to see kind of where they end up. So we did a ceramic version as well, which allowed us now with ceramic to do these 3 arches. Undeniably, the fragrance throw was gonna work well. So once we figured out with the glass that it was a little too simple, we went ahead and had it surveyed with the consultants. And it came back with some very good information or insights as to what they wanted to see. They really missed the color on the rose, and they really wanted to see some color on Belle and Beast. We took all that input and we said, let's see about getting a dual glaze version of this ceramic, and as well as a colored version of the decal for Belle and Beast. And so when this came back and we were able to show side by side the 2, it was unanimous. Overwhelmingly, everybody wanted to have this be the version that we proceeded with. So this one here was really great. Is this format of these 3 arches gave us this abstract kind of feel of, it allows your imagination to think, is this simply just a glass apothecary jar with the rose inside? Or is it a balcony scene with little arbors, that you're looking through to see the characters? You have the flexibility to turn and kind of create your own scene there. Is it the ballroom? We have this metal ring around the wax dish that grounds the characters to that, but it kind of gives you this feeling like they're on the ballroom floor dancing in a spinning move or something there. The light ring that we were able to integrate here was also one that we had developed for the Cinderella carriage, which gave us this really unique way to uplight something and use LED lights in a low profile form. So this here with the ceramic also allowed us to hide kind of the bright glare of that bulb from, you know, how you view this warmer from a kind of a 3/4 top view. It doesn't have that bright glaring light. You just see the effect of that light on the characters. So those are all things we consider as we're developing this to kind of make that experience for the end user to just really be able to appreciate it, but to also kind of fabricate or come up with their own idea of what moment this is. I've got the best team I've ever worked with in my career here, and and I was able to pull a couple incredibly talented designers from my Disney days to work here, and they work with me on the product side, and they each have over 25 years of experience. So just a wealth of experience and insight and talent. And so we really sharpen each other, and it's like a band riffing on things a lot of times where we kind of each lead out on different products, but we present and share and critique each other's work on a daily basis just to make it that much better. And egos aside, it's just a fun way of just getting, I think, the best product across the finish line. And I couldn't imagine a better team to do it with.